Yeah, it's a funny story. I went through an experience of enlightenment, is where you learn probably something too quickly. Generally, when you take a drug, it enhances your experience of the mind. So you're kind of opening up your mind too quickly in a way, sort of like artificially. It's kind of like not a natural experience you might just experience with love or just learning or whatever. You kind of that's what fear or terror is where you're learning something too quickly about something. So taking that drug at the rave and then that guy telling me I'm dead and all this stuff sort of pushed me into the spirit world too quickly, and I come back and then I couldn't sort of forget. I was trying to process it for years. There's no one to really tell me what had happened. I'd tell people and just get blank looks like, well, we don't know. So I'd read books and that sort of wouldn't help that much. I kind of needed someone who'd been through what I've been through to understand it. But I'd only just learnt about the spirit world. I just learnt something really rapidly, and so I had to kind of try and just keep living my life while I was trying to just catch up to where I was. And I suppose because I was told I was dead, it was almost like I'd lived all my life already, but I hadn't. I had to go and live it all. But because of going through mental health, no one wanted me a bit to be around me, and sort of just wanted to forget about me. But they never needed to. They could have just chosen to learn from me, and I would have taught them gently about spirituality and been like a guru. But in this country, we don't accept that. We say people are crazy. Whereas, say, it happens somewhere in Asia, they'd take them away, make them a Buddhist, and all sit around worshipping them. So, it's that double standard where they think, we're not worth anything because we've understood spirituality. Australians are like, oh no, that's all rubbish. Just drink your piss. But it does creep into people's lives, and I think we should be more accepting that people do become gurus, and we should actually worship people like that, because it happens for a reason. So people will worship them, receive love, and then receive enlightenment themselves. And it's almost like a warrior going into battle, because we're getting influxed by all these different cultures and that, who are all spiritual, and that we have to try and keep up. And I've sort of forced the issue, I suppose, without wanting to, because people have had to learn the hard way. I learned the easy way, so accepting it all. But I never died as such. It's just I just glimpsed into the spirit world to understand what's happened. So eventually I'll get to the end of my life and I'll have a clear understanding of what will happen. I won't be like naive. I won't be ignorant about it, because I'll have learnt everything I need to know about what's going to happen, which is what I wanted to know. I was scared of death as a little kid when I was 12, and I wanted to know what happens. So I delved into that, I guess, and without knowing it, friends are roped in to sort of do this to me, and without sort of asking them, it just sort of happens. So, I've understood my next lives. I'm some kind of Superman or something. I'm an angel, or I've seen that my spirit's gone to heaven. That's my pathway. It's kind of like preparing the way. I've avoided all those bad things in my life, that bad influences that prevent me from going to heaven. So I do actually sign the deal. I do actually commit to this thing, whatever it is going to be. And I'll get to the point, I think, where I'll die somewhere somehow. I feel like I'm going to explode and become a Superman. That's the amount of power I feel inside of myself for this other person I'm going to be. It's almost it's going to be this incredible person somewhere in heaven or somewhere. So when I say I've gone to heaven, it's like it's almost like I become so in tune with heaven. I'm almost creating it myself. I'm a big influence. I'm some kind of big influence there. So I'm not just, my spirit hasn't just gone to heaven, or my soul. It's almost like my body is creating heaven on earth for myself to enjoy too. This physical sort of heaven. I'm influencing the world down here. I think that was my role. I should have got married and brought heaven to earth, and it should have been like this heavenly earth sort of thing. It's almost like I had to go into battle to somehow bring peace on earth, you know. But I never really died. It's like I've always remained alive. But I think at some point something will happen and my body will pass away. But I'll wake up again and I'll be surrounded by these people who are interested in me and sort of loving me, and I'll go off to heaven wherever that is, whether it's on earth or somewhere else, and it'll be like I've just passed away, fallen asleep, and wake up again, I think. So I can't see I ever need to be reborn again. I've got nothing to do as a child. I had a great childhood. I think you just die when I was 20, 21, so I'll be around my prime forever. I think I'll just be that perfect sort of, I'll come back as that sort of shape, sort of just not quite adult, just sort of verging on an adult. So I'll always remain sort of a child in heaven. And I think that's what people do. They go to heaven a child. But I'll be sort of one of the grown-up children. And, you're an old form, you're an adult, but I'll be in that 20-year-old form. I'll be sort of a big sort of size. So, I think that's how it works. Trigger will probably follow me in. He's gone to heaven himself. He's having a lovely sleep today. In down there. He'll be my right-hand man walking to heaven somewhere. We'll walk along me and Trigger. My wife will probably be somewhere there waiting for me. I haven't been able to find. She might have died at some point. I think that's how it works, and I'll die and go to heaven. Like, I've prepared my heaven. I've gone to heaven in spirit, in my body, but I haven't actually, like when I die, when I pass away, I've sealed the deal. The whole thing will be finished, and I'll be able to go and enjoy it all. And I think it'll be some kind of heaven on earth. It'll be probably another 100 years or something. However long, or I was thinking 300 years to give me a bit of time, but I think it might happen sooner. Excuse me, bit of dust. Anyway, I hope that's clear that I haven't actually died. I'm not gone. I'm just... it's almost like I went to study it all. Went in to study it all and become enlightened and... sneezing. Dust up my nose. I had a coffee. Always stirs up your nostrils. Alright, so I hope that clears that up. Anyway, have a good day. I'll do some music later. I'll play some guitar or something. My loyal fans. Elvis has come back from the dead, and he's more of a pelvis.